Okay, let's talk about some other interesting misconceptions, beliefs out there. How do you explain alien abduction or alien kidnapping stories? So, this is especially common in the US. Somebody says, someone claims, I was kidnapped by aliens last night. They took me from my bed, or I remember I woke up on board an alien spaceship. And when I woke up, there were aliens standing around me. They were kind of grayish green, with the big bug eyes and all. And they were doing experiments on me. And they stuck probes and needles in me. It was very painful. And like, oh, how did you get out? Oh, well, I woke up the next morning in my house. Really? Where in your house? Oh, in my bed. Oh, okay, so they kidnapped you, but they were nice enough to put you back in your bed in the morning. Aha. What explains this? Are aliens actually kidnapping people? Are these people crazy? Or is there another explanation? Number two, how do you explain nighttime encounters that people reportedly have with demons or ghosts? I've heard of this occasionally. How do you explain this? Is there a good scientific or psychological explanation? What do you think? All right, the alien stories. First of all, I think it's kind of racist. I mean, aliens are nice people. They would never go kidnapping people, right? Okay. Are these people crazy? Probably a few of them are. A few of them probably have mental health issues. A few of them are probably deliberately making up the story because they want attention or they want to make money by getting their story published. Most of it, though, has a psychological or scientific explanation. Something called sleep paralysis. Now, to explain sleep paralysis, we need to talk about sleep cycles. How many dreams did you have last night? More than what you remember, because you have multiple cycles. You go through several cycles of it every night. You first fall asleep, and then after a while you go into kind of deep sleep stage, and you might have some dreams there. Then you go into REM, rapid eye movement. Your eyes are moving rapidly, and that's kind of the even deeper sleep stage where most of your dreams happen. And you go through several cycles. Each cycle of deep sleep, REM sleep, lasts for maybe 30 to 90 minutes. And you have several cycles, and you have a lot of dreams through the night. You only remember the ones maybe right before you woke up. Because during deep sleep, your brain doesn't really form new long-term memories. So you only remember the ones right before you wake up, because it's still in your short-term memory. And you wake up and you remember it, you think about it, then you remember the dream during the day. But most of your dreams you forget. You never remember them. Anyway, during REM, your body is deliberately paralyzed. Your brain actually shuts off conscious control of your body. So you can't move consciously. And that's actually protect you. If you're dreaming about running, you don't actually be swinging your arms while you're sleeping and hit yourself and hit someone else or fall out of bed. It's to protect you. It's protection. Now, there's a sleep disorder called sleep paralysis. And it's kind of weird because you're in REM sleep, you're in deep sleep, but something partly wakes you up. Maybe it's the bad dream. So you're having a bad dream and you partly wake up. You're partly conscious, but you're still in REM. It's a very weird thing. And again, maybe the bad dream itself caused you to partially wake up, although you're still in REM and you can't move your body. And if you can't move your body, your brain is going to create dreams, like it's going to make you think you're tied down to a table. And you see aliens. And the aliens described in these alien abduction stories they're always aliens that are similar to some picture in some sci-fi, science fiction story or comic book or old TV show. It's never anything really new or creative. They're all pretty similar. Big bug-eyed, gray or green-skinned aliens, like what you see in very stereotypical old shows and comics and books. And they're sticking you with probes and needles. I mean, it's an advanced alien civilization. Why would they use technology that sounds a lot like our technology? I mean, wouldn't they just scan you with a electronic scanner, like a Star Trek type scanner? And do they come all those light years from far away just to kidnap you and stick needles in you? Wouldn't they have better research methods, even if they weren't very nice? Then of course you wake up in the morning in your bed. Yeah, that was nice of them to put you back in your bed. Very polite aliens, I guess, after torturing you. It's a bad dream. If you think aliens are kidnapping you, see a doctor, a sleep specialist. They can prescribe some treatment for you for your sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis regularly affects maybe a small percentage of the population, but it's not insignificant. I forget how much it is, but there's enough people with this condition that you probably should see a doctor, and there's treatment available. I'd explain people seeing and having encounters with demons or ghosts during the night. Same thing, sleep paralysis and bad dream. Don't go see a priest or an exorcist. Go see a doctor. See a sleep specialist. You've got sleep paralysis. You don't have demons in your room. You just got REM sleep problems. That's all. All right, now, hard question. Since we're on something of a religious theme, how do you explain demon possession and exorcisms? And it's kind of scary when you watch movies like The Exorcist or other movies that have been inspired by The Exorcist. How do you explain that? Because apparently there have been real people in history with that kind of behavior, that kind of disorder. How do you explain it? Okay, this is something that maybe hasn't had much psychological research, but there are some psychological explanations for it. There are some people with serious mental health issues. Not explain some of it. More serious mental health issues, what we call a psychosis, which is a serious mental health issue. For probably most, and there are some other people with other kinds of maybe less serious mental health issues. There's one particular mental health issue that probably explains, I think, a good number of them. Have you heard of multiple personality disorder? As a result of severe trauma, severe stress, a person develops an alternate personality, another personality they're not consciously aware of. They can switch back and forth. This is actually a class of mental disorders. It's one member of a class of several related mental disorders where your personality and part of your conscious mind kind of dissociate or break up into separate kind of units or do kind of really weird things. You don't really go really crazy. You don't lose touch with reality, but it's like your personality, your mind sort of does weird things like kind of splitting into separate identities or something, or taking on an extra identity that's not yours. And that's what I think a lot of these cases of possession are. It's like an alternate personality, and it's just that one personality happens to be a demonic personality. So there are explanations like that. Now, if a person responds to exorcism, it's probably not as severe a mental health issue. It's more of some kind of anxiety or depression-based mental health issue or addiction or something like that, where maybe as a result of the religious treatment, they feel free. They and also like faith healings, and where a person experiences emotional healing or freedom from some kind of spiritual bondage. As a result of maybe some prayer or counseling, you've come to feel some divine love, and that changes your perception of yourself. And it's similar to something that's done in some kinds of psychotherapy, where the goal of the therapy is to change how you think about yourself, to correct misperceptions that you have about yourself, and self-esteem issues, and self-love and self-acceptance issues, for example. It gets you to change how you view yourself, and that might also come about as a result of maybe religious counseling or religious experiences, where you change you change your view of yourself so much that you're no longer bothered by depression or anxiety, and you feel free, and it feels like a spiritual experience. And if that happens to you, that's great. Actually, you can get it through therapy, or if you believe in religion, and if that helps you to feel better and improve yourself psychologically, I mean, that's great. Congratulations. But just understand that there is a psychological explanation for that. So if so we've talked about religious aspects here, religious misconceptions and other things to be careful about in religion. Because this is so culturally important, it's still kind of an important part of American culture, even though religion is declining in the West and even in the US. It's significantly declining now, especially among younger people. It's still an important part of our culture, and it's an important part of human experience. Religion is a very powerful factor in the lives of people, in culture and society, and it's important to understand some parts of Western culture and some parts of our Western society, even today. So that's why I talk about it. I think I'm qualified generally to talk about it because of my experience with religion, but because I also have enough academic background in various areas that I can approach the topic of religious studies intelligently, academically, in an unbiased manner. Again, I don't encourage you to pick a religious topic for your semester project unless you can maybe do it. If you have enough background in psychology or sociology, you can do it, but you may not. So I don't encourage you to pick such a topic unless you talk to me first. And speaking of talking to me, it seems kind of remote. I'm just doing these video recordings because the internet connection in my office and at home is not good enough for me to try Zoom classes, live Zoom classes. I wish I could. So it seems kind of awkward or aloof. You just watch me on YouTube and that's it. I do encourage you, especially as you're preparing for your final, talk to me. I'm pretty available. Most of the time I'm here in my office during the day and during the evening. There might be a couple of days here and there where I'm with my family when they visit me. Hopefully they're going to move down here in the summer. Can't wait. But I'm available. I can do Zoom chat. I can do Zoom chat with one person at a time. I'm pretty sure my internet connection can do that. I've done it before. Or maybe Kakao chat. That might work. I'm not sure. But actually, Zoom works better with the internet connection here. My office phone, you can phone my office phone, or you can come to my office and talk to me in person. I don't have any illnesses. I don't have coronavirus, I'm pretty sure. So please come and talk to me. Ask me advice for your project, for your topic. And probably next time we'll start talking about what are some possible ways of dealing with these kinds of problems in society. How can we reach out to people who believe in this stuff, or at least how can we prevent people from falling for these kinds of misconceptions? What can we do to stop it or to reduce the problem? And that's something you can talk about in your presentation too. Anyway, good luck. I'll see you later. Goodbye.